good morning, good afternoon or good evening wherever you might be watching. I'd like you to notice in this particular part of how to create an Access database that I'm now using Access 2013. This is purely to show you that previously, when I was using in the previous parts Access 2010, that the file is upwardly compatible. I didn't have to do anything other than open this particular database in Access 2013. All of the tables, queries and forms have been brought across, no problem at all. What I've also done, I've created another table called Children of Friends, and the reason I've done that is that I want to see how I can create the relationship between the friends and their children, so that I can see which friends have what children. And this unleashes the power of Access. The relationships between tables let me see from one table what is in another. So just to quickly recap on the creation of this table, the way I did it, of course, was to click Create. Then I went into Table Design, and when I was in Table Design, I simply added a child ID, made it a primary key so that each child has a separate ID. I made it an auto number, so it'll start at child number 1 and increase by 1 each time I add a child. Then I said I only want two fields, first name and date of birth. And because I'm using Access 2013, I see that the text availability was short text or long text. At this stage, I'm going to use long text. Now, the key to creating relationships is to have a common field name in each of the tables. If I look at the Friends table in Design View, I see that the friend ID, even though it's an auto number, it is really a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And I make a note of the field name, friend ID, because in the Children of Friends, what I want to do, I'm going to click there and now right click and insert a row. I'm going to create another field in this table called Friend ID to give it the same name as the field back in the Friends table. What is the data type of that Friend ID? Well, whilst I know that it's an auto number back in the Friends table, as far as the relationship is concerned, it is a number field. Okay, so now I'm in a position to unleash the power of Excel, my apologies, the power of Access, by creating a relationship. So first of all, I need to save the change in the table, and when I look at the table in Datasheet view, I see that there is a friend ID field. Now what I'm going to do, Billy will say is the son of friend number 1, and Marianne is the child of friend number 3. Now that's all well and good. I'll show you later how to see the names of the friends here, but at this stage we want to see how to create a relationship. To create the relationship, I'm first going to close this particular table, and I'm going to close that table. Then I'm going to go to Database Tools and click on the Relationships button. I'm now going to add in the Show Table area both. I'll hold down my Shift key and I'll add them both at the one time and close. I can move these around if I wish, just dragging them to wherever I need them to be appearing on the screen. And I'll notice in the Friends table the Friend ID field and also the same named field in the Children of Friends. Now what I'm going to do is to drag that field down and drop it onto that field. And up pops the Edit Relationships window. It makes sense. It says from the Friends table, friend ID. The related table will be children of friends, friend ID, and shortly I will create that relationship. The relationship type is one to many because one parent can have many children. But firstly, I'm going to click Enforce Referential Integrity. What this means is that there cannot be a child without a parent. In other words, I cannot have orphan records in my database. The worst thing you can do in a database is to have orphan records floating around. For example, in a company, you might have an order. Well, you will want to know which customer placed the order. And if you didn't have referential integrity enforced, then it would mean that you could have an order without a customer, which would not be a good thing. Now I'm going to click Create, and there I see the join line, one to many, the little infinity symbol. I'm going to close the relationship window, save the change to the layout, and now when I go into the Friends table, I now see little plus signs down the left hand side here, and if I click the plus sign for Tom Brown, I see that he has a child called Billy with that date of birth. I will collapse that. Now I go to Helen Smith. Does she have any children? No. But what about Bob Green? Yes, Bob Green has a child called Marianne. So that's how I put the relationships to good use, and as we'll see when we come to create reports, I can see in hard copy or on the screen which parent has which children. So just to run through it again, in the Database Tools tab, I have a Relationships window where I added tables, and the tables I added I wanted to relate were the friends and the children of friends. I dragged the commonly named field, which I had to insert or make sure was in the children of friends, and then I clicked Referential Integrity. Incidentally, if I right click there carefully, I want to see the Edit Relationships. That was where I started. I put the tick in Enforce Referential Integrity so that any child had to have a parent. Okay, so that's enough for today. Don't forget to practice. You don't need to have a database that's going to run the Bank of America to learn these things. I'm starting off with a simple database so that you can understand the procedures involved. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to subscribe, and we love likes and comments. Thank you again.